Hi, I'm Amy Lewis and I'm the owner of the Mooeys Group. Now, the Mooeys Group, we have waxing and nail salons, we have our own product range, and we also have franchise. So our product range was designed by me to be used in our salons. It is currently manufactured in the UK and it's called Mooeys. Now, I met the lovely Dean and Harmony from Adelphi at the Ideas Fest in 2024. I was just mooching on by and saw Dean filling up some really small bottles with this incredible bit of kit. And I was really curious. So he got me to have a go with it just to see how easy it was. And it is so simple. Literally put the bottle under the nozzle, push the foot pedal, and it's all pre-programmed to the weight or ratio or size or milliliter that you want in your pot. Phenomenal piece of equipment. So after I was seeing them at Ideas Fest, I thought, well, I have a manufacturer at the minute and they, it's all going okay, but if anything changes, I'll keep them in mind. Well, it just so happens that actually something did change. And a few months later, my manufacturer increased their minimum order quantity from 200 to 1,000 of each product. So this caused a bit of a problem for me because I'm not a big enough company to be ordering 1,000 of each product. Not yet. We will be, but fundamentally right now, that comes with a high cost, but it also comes with high storage costs as well, because my products are all in a fulfillment centre. So I just didn't think I'm right at this moment in time ready to have 3,000 additional products sat there. So I decided to give the Response Benchtop Filler machine a go. So Dean came over to my house and put the whole benchtop filler machine together in my dining room on a dining room table. Now, my dining room's not that big, and he put it together on, it's like a 6-person table, standard size, and it probably took up probably a quarter of it. It is a mighty bit of kit. It is heavy. It's really, really well made, really well put together, very well engineered. Within a few minutes, Dean had put the machine together, put the compressor together, put all the pieces together, and then within 10-15 minutes we had product going into the hopper for him to demonstrate how to fill the bottles. Now, it takes a little while just to get used to the numbers that you have to set. So you put a measurement as such of how much you want to put in the bottle. You weigh it out and you work out the exact numbers because you don't want to be giving too much away over the 200 milliliter, for example, because you'll be wasting money, but you also need to make sure that you're giving your customers exactly what they're paying for. So after about a few minutes of playing around with numbers and weight, we got the right ratio sorted and then we was away. What surprised me about this whole process is how easy it was. And me and my husband managed to figure out how to change the product because the velocity in our product is very different. So we've got an oil, a lotion and a tonic, which is pretty much like a water. So the only difficulty was trying to get the numbers right to make sure we were getting the right weight in each bottle. But it wasn't anything we couldn't figure out. Or when we asked for help from Adelphi, they got back to me super quick. So that was really cool. Now, what we managed to achieve was actually filling 600 bottles, I think just over 600 bottles in probably 5 hours. That's phenomenal. It takes a little bit longer to label them, but for a small business, you can really manufacture and fill your product super quickly and super efficiently. Even my kids got involved in it. Really quick and really pain-free and kind of easy to clean, because that was one of my biggest concerns, was how messy it would be when you've got this hopper with giant tubs of product. I'm not a manufacturer and I'm doing it in my dining room. Really easy. I was able to clean it all out in my kitchen sink. Now, the best thing about all of this is I managed to create 600 products that fundamentally would have probably cost me nearly £1 each to pay for someone else to manufacture them. But this is such an investment. If you are making like 1,000 products a month probably, then it'll be well worth it, because manufacturing companies will charge between 60 pence and £1 to fill and label your product. So if you do the maths and work out how much you're doing, the machine will pay for itself really soon. It's been so lovely working with Dean and Harmony. They're such great people. The whole team, anybody I've spoken to, I needed to speak to someone in support, like one of the engineers, who came back to me super quickly. I had a part missing that Dean forgot to give me or didn't realise I needed. It was posted to me the next day. And because they're in the UK, like I have tried buying equipment from Alibaba. And it doesn't always work. You can't get hold of anyone. You're not able to speak to someone, and once you've bought that equipment, it's kind of down to you to figure out. This is not the sort of equipment you want to mess around with. It was solid, it was so well made, and I love that it's made in the UK, and I love that the company that you're dealing with is in the UK. And if you've got any problems, they'll either come and see you personally or they'll talk you through it. Like, how cool is that? I would totally recommend the Adelphi Benchtop Filler to any company, any product company that is filling any kind of bottles. I would totally recommend it. As a business owner, do your maths, make sure it's worthwhile for you to buy the equipment, but you know that once you've got it, it's going to last you years and years and years. And do you know what? It reminded me of my dad, because my dad used to be a Jaguar engineer. And this piece of equipment reminded me of him, because he always used to say, if you buy a decent bit of kit, it'll last you forever. And he always used to say that about Jaguars. And I feel exactly the same about the Adelphi Benchtop Filler. And I'd also like to say that you are in safe hands with Adelphi. Like, they really give a damn. They really care about your success. They're not out for a quick buck. They're not here just to sell you a piece of equipment and never speak to you again. They've been around for years as well. So you know that if you're going to make an investment with them, then you know that it's a safe bet.